everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and today for the 31st of December I thought I was going to do something a bit different. I was going to share something, one of my favorites of this year, and it's actually one of my favorites of the month of December, I should say, because that's when I started using it. And I was waiting to see if I was really going to use it for real before I share it with you guys, and I really did use it a lot and really enjoyed it, so I figured it's time to show it to you. So I'm part of a group on Facebook for that support on Patreon, Little Raven Inc. And one of the items that they've been talking about and just raving about was this backpack, this donut backpack, because it fills a whole lot of stuff. So initially it was this backpack, and over the holidays I decided to add some of those patches. These are vintage patch. This couldn't glue, so I used fabric glue on this. I found this when I had purchased some sewing kit. This came with the in the set, and so did this Canadian flag. This I purchased while I was in the States because I just love them, and the little sentiment goes with it. This is a pin that you saw me, no, actually you haven't seen the video yet. So I got this from Stephanie in Happy Mail. And this is my Goofy patch that I had gotten for some of the kids' clothes way back when and never used it, so finally it's found a home. In the pocket here I didn't put anything yet. Oh, and here is the little Peru key that I'm so sorry. As soon as I start talking, my throat gets itchy. So it's a little Peru keychain that Stephanie sent me as well. So what I love about this bag is that you can put the handles this way, and you can carry it this way, or you can carry it as a backpack. Most of the time I just carry it this way. So this backpack is what I bring to work every day, and it's my little bag of happy, because when the fall started, my whole mood shifts when when I don't have enough sun, and it's been quite a long fall. Lots of hard work at work, and I was just exhausted and not in a good place in my head. So I figured if I bring, because usually I would cut out paper during lunch, but that wasn't doing it anymore. So I thought maybe if I bring some artwork and some stuff to play with, that this is going to help me. And before I had this backpack, I wouldn't do that because of the fact that, you know, sometimes I like to use the stuff at home, sometimes I like to use it elsewhere, and if I don't put it in something that I bring back and forth, then I'm always missing something. And there's a limit to how many doubles and stuff like that I want to purchase. So yeah. And here in the pockets I've put some moist wipe ones, just because if I make a mess while I'm at work, I can wipe down my hands and stuff. In here I've got a tiny little UV click kit. I'll be honest, I haven't really used it. I purchased this thing at Target some time ago. I just thought it was so cute. It's got a little stapler and everything, but so far I haven't been using it. So that one is in there, but it's not being used. So let's pull out the rest of the stuff, and then I'll show you what's inside them. So at the bottom of my bag I have an apron in case I do watercolor, but right now I'm not doing any watercolor because of the fact that the paper, I'm using a moleskin and the paper just doesn't do well with water. So this was for if I did watercolor, that I would have something to use for my paintbrush. This you saw me all, and I wanted to put my my things in it. Initially I had put a bunch of elastics around, and I had removed the strap, the leather strap that tied it together, but I decided that I wanted to do it this different. So what I did is I punched some holes here at the bottom and at the top, and I made some signatures, and I like it a lot better. So here in here are some post-it notes that I can just glue if I want to put it in my journal. This is just in case I want to protect a page. Then here what I did is I had a bunch of Martha Stewart plastic dividers. I removed the edge just so that it would fit better, and its pockets. So inside the pockets, like this one here, has words so that I can use those words and lettering. Oops. And then so it's this same thing throughout. Here I've got some different stickers that I could use, some washi samples that I had gotten at the Etsy store. Then I have some pictures that I took and that I got that I printed on my selfie, including those beautiful pictures of me and my daughter with some masks on. Yeah. And some other different pictures that I thought I could journal on. And one of the things too that I printed out is this, because I figured I was going to put in my book stuff that inspires me, so this could be a picture of something that inspires me if someday I don't know really what to write about. And then I purchased these pockets that are made for Midori, and so I've added some more stickers and sheets. Here I've put a bunch of the stamps that I've pre-stamped, and so they're ready to go and to be put in my book, my journal, as I feel like it. I've put also these little bobbins full of washi tape, so as soon as I finish one I replace it. Then I've got some more of the stamp out images, and some Project Life cards, and a little kit that I got at Michael's, I think, on special. So it's for journaling. So this is what it turned out, and you can see the elastics that go through. So this is my leather journal that I transformed for this. In here, because my paper doesn't really allow me much flexibility for water, I decided to bring some oil pastels and maybe use those. I really haven't played much with them because they were making my fingers really messy, and I was having difficulty writing over it afterwards. But I also have some micron pens in all kinds of colors and shapes, and a stamp for dates if I want to. At the time I didn't have, I just got my new tiny little re-inker. Sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose because it's really dripping. Sorry about that. So I didn't have my little re-inker. Now I have one that's archival, and it's that tiny, so that would fit in something like this. This is my Lee Heat pencil case. This is one of my favorite things. You can find the link in my Amazon if you click on there. And it opens up this way. So here I've got this little thing to make shapes if I want to. Got a Stabilo pencil. And then I have my Lamy fountain pen. I'm having lots of fun with my fountain pen. I've got a water brush that's filled with water. Then I've got an eraser, my white Uniball Signo, and this is if I want to use coloring pencils and blend them. Then I've got a gel pen, two gel pen. One I believe might be white, and the other silver. or both silver. I never quite know. They look like they're exactly the same. I don't understand why I put 2 in there. Anyway. And here I've got a marker. It's Tombow marker, and I haven't used it really yet, so I can't really talk about it. I've got my Staedtler eraser and a pencil. Then over here I've got a plastic card to wipe out paint and stuff like that if I want. Then I got this pencil here for drawing, and I've got a Faber-Castell brush pen. I've got one of those Airline Artline pens that you can only get in Australia. So sad about that. I've got a metal ruler, a little pair of scissors, another thing for my eraser, and a blending tool here. And in here is some more leads for my pencil. Put that there. So then, what I love, because it's really old as well. So on this side, I've got little pockets here. I've got extra leads for my Multi 8. My Multi 8 is this beautiful pencil. And basically what it does is that you choose, like right now it's the blue, so if I press on it, the lead goes back in, and I can choose which color I want, and then I press here, and see, now I've got orange. So I really love that thing. And so you can have the refill of leads, and that's what's in there. I have a little Misty bottle full of water, a glue stick, a regular eraser if I'm making a big mistake. Here, this pen is in a plastic bag because at the time it was leaking, but it's not anymore. So I don't know. I think it might have been the converter that was the problem. So this one is a Lamy, just like that one, but it's filled with gray ink. And this one is filled with my turquoise. I've got a blank. Anyway, it's a gorgeous ink. I'm just totally in love with it. And then I've got these pens here, which are the Pilot Kakuno, and I love these pens. They're made for kids, and you can see that there's a little face. I'm not sure if you can actually see. There's a little face, and it's a great pen. And what I love about it is that it's not round. Like, you've got space where it shows you to put your fingers. So I really love that. So I've got blue ink in this one. I've got pink ink in this one. And this one has some brown ink in it. And I bought some converter for those as well. And we'll be using them eventually. I've gotten a lot more fountain pens because I like using different inks. This is also a Tombow marker, so I've got 2 of them. I don't think it's the same size though. This is a brush. Oh, this is like the blue and this is the black, so that's why. So I've got 2 of them. So really love that little case. It transports a lot and it goes with me all the time. Now the last stuff that's in here is this. Oops, I forgot to put that back. Let's put this back where it's supposed to be before I lose it. Okay, so the next thing I have is my journal. I'll show you that one last. I have 3 books from Karen Campbell. I love Karen Campbell. She shows you how to do faces and very easy instructions. So I've been playing while looking at her instructions, and that if you watch me on Instagram or on Twitter, you've seen me practice some faces. She also has the side faces, but I really suck right now at side faces, so I have to practice that more. It's like everything else, practice, 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 but I get very tired of practicing. And then you've got male face, because I never do any male faces. So that is something I want to practice. So when I'm out of inspiration, that's what I go and look at. Then I've got this binder, this little binder with some Raven ink, little Raven ink printable that I've printed to put in my book. So they're all ready, and I just need to glue them down if I feel the urge to do so. Now this is my book. This is a moleskin with the grid, and initially I started this in it was supposed to be a Fobonichi, and I started this in 2015, and I was writing a lot, trying to put quotes and stuff, and then I got my Obonichi and used that for a while, but that didn't really turn out for me either. So this is all from 2015. And that's the last spread. So my last spread was on September 20th, 2015. So you can see that I didn't do well very long in this at all. So then this year I started again, but I put some inspiration things, and I tried to do some watercolor, but it bled. It kind of bled through. So this one was colored with my multi 8 pen, and I documented when we had our elections. So I've been using my Canon selfie to include some pictures, which is, you know, something that I've been wanting to do. Then I do some practicing, and I use my fountain pens and just have fun. Here I made a drawing. What did I do? Yeah, I made something, and I tried something, and it's with mermaid markers. Oh my god, it was such a disaster. It bled through 3 pages. So I realized that this was not gonna happen. These are from Little Raven ink. So I messed up one of the images. I had to go and replace it. Basically what I wanted was to put the picture and then the watercolor around, but no. So it was a big disaster. So then I continued playing with my faces. I journal about my day, do a little doodling. Another little doodling. The pictures when I post them on Instagram are much bigger. Some faces like this one is big, but some are very small. See, here I tried using the oil pastels, and it was really hard to write on, so I didn't really like that. This was from A Little Bird Told Me. I'm registered for the daily messages, and that one pertained very well for that day. So I've included it with washi tape, and I've got a little image. Here are 2 more from their website that I thought pertained to my day, so put those. So some more writing, and this was from Aus Asiana. She put a bunch of different ideas of stuff that I could do for medium-sized journal covers. So I thought there were many great ideas, so I printed it out and included it. So here's another face. I don't really like that one. I don't like curly hair. Yeah, that one is not a... And then I got my backpack, so I was very excited. And I think I was just carrying it in another bag, but it wasn't as convenient. So I got this in Happy Mail, so I included that. Then I did this little character following Raven ink. Little Raven ink. More little characters. And I did an outing with my hubby, so took a picture and did a combination, and I practiced with my selfie. I love it. Another little character. Didn't really like her. Side profile, I suck, but it's okay. That one's okay. Then a little monster. Just having fun doodling. That's how I felt that day. So, yeah. And then what I did is I started doodling more with my inks and just having a play with the water, but lightly, so that it wouldn't bleed too much. And you can see that it bled, but not as much. Like, it doesn't show as much on the other page. So I started doing that, and that has been a lot of fun. I love this one. I think that one turned out pretty good. Did that one. This one. That one I wasn't happy with the chin, but other than that I thought she was okay, but thought the chin was too pointy. So on the weekends I don't usually write in this because I do other stuff, but during the week while I'm at work, that's my lunchtime routine. So I did another one of those with a hairband. And this one. Sometimes I try to do them just from my head without without any inspiration to guide me. And sometimes I go with inspiration. So whichever pen I use of the day, I usually try to doodle with that same pen. See, here it bled more because I really did more water here, and I shouldn't have. I regretted it afterwards, but that is life. And then here's a side profile. Didn't really like it. And I added that, which I really regretted afterwards. Then I did a cat doodle. I have fun doing that. And then I did this little angel creature. And that I had fun doodling that as well. And finally I've got that one. And this one I messed up the arm. So here you can see that there's whiteout because it was bothering me. So anyway, so I have these pages left to finish. And once that's finished, then I'm going to go into the Electrum. One thing that I learned is this size is way too big for me. I don't like journaling in that big of a space. It's just too much to write on. I could divide it in two, but then it's kind of an in-between. So I think I'm going to be happier with the other size that I got. So that is it. I don't know if it's going to inspire you to try to bring stuff like that to work and work on it during your lunchtime. That's what I do. It kind of calms me down, and then I spend a better afternoon. Yeah, whatever, eh? It takes to make us kind of happy, and it's a small little thing to do. So, you know, I have the supplies. It was just a question of finding a way to bring them back and forth. And so I'm very, very happy with this system. So hope it's inspired you. Please leave me comments down below if it does. And hope you have a very, very happy new year. if you don't come back tomorrow for the official New Year. And all the best to you, your family, mostly health, because I think with health everything else follows. So yeah, bye.